Alright folks, welcome to my garage. I'm Adrian Silch and today we're doing an unboxing of a Ryobi RPT 3000 Petrol Line Trimmer. So, as with most things in life, batteries are not included. When you buy your Ryobi Petrol Line Trimmer, if you've not owned a Petrol Line Trimmer before, there's a couple of things you're going to have to get with it. It's not included in the box. So first thing you're going to need some line. There may or may not be line included. We don't know. We're going to do the unboxing, we'll find out. If you're going to get some line, you can see here there's different types of thicknesses and strengths and so on. I got the one for over 900 watt, which means this should be more than enough for this guy. Because it's a two-stroke trimmer, you're going to need some two-stroke oil. Any brand will do. And you will need one of these little mixing bottles. It'll just make your life a lot easier. Otherwise you're going to have to use one of your Tupperware drommetjies from inside the house and your wife will not be happy with you. So you get one of these guys and then 1 liter of petrol juice. And that should set you up for using your brand new Petrol Line Trimmer. Alright, let's get into it. So right off the bat, I've got 1 or 2 things that I noticed which is pretty cool. First is that you get a strap, which I'm very grateful for, because this is not like one of those big line trimmers that have the 2 handles or the 2 joysticks that you cut with. This is one that you carry, and even though it's very light, after mowing for a little bit you do get a bit tired, so the strap does help with that. And also, one thing I've noticed, they've actually gone to the effort of putting some foil over the tank so it doesn't heat up the fuel. Obviously the cooler your fuel is, the better the engine runs, because your exhaust is right here, but they've also put that foil on the inside of the plastics, which is pretty cool if you ask me. The labeling is amazing as well. They've gone to the effort of putting labels telling you exactly what to do with it, so if you've never owned one, just from the labels alone you'll be able to operate this guy. But you do get your manual with you to help guide you with anything that you may have missed. So far visually the only concern I have is with this knob that releases the spool of line when you are cutting. The knob itself is very thick, which means you can't really cut very short grass. You're going to have to either angle the line or the trimmer itself to get into holes and dips to actually cut those out, because this the width from here to here looks like it's about 30 to 40 mil. So 30 to 40 mil is quite a bit, especially if you've got like quick, which grows very short. You might run into some issues with that, but I believe that you can just adjust it to however you need to. One of the pluses for me as well is also the fact that this guy splits. So you can take it apart. If you don't have space to put it, you can actually split it in half and you can pack it away. Now in my case, I'll never need to split it. I've created a spot in the garage where I've held my old one, and this one will just go snugly into that same spot. But it's a nice option, especially if you're living in a city or you have an apartment or something like that and space is really too premium for you, then this guy can actually help with that. Alright, let's do a quick assembly. Right, so one of the cool features that this guy has is on here there's a hole, and you can actually adjust this arm depending on what you need to cut. So if you're cutting, trimming an edge, you can actually take this whole head and turn it around and cut upside down without having to turn the whole trimmer upside down to do that. You can do it upside down. There's holes on the sides, so you can turn it 90 degrees either side or 180 depending on what job you needed to do. So this is actually very innovative, and I think it's pretty well thought out. What we're going to do now, we're going to put 1 liter of fuel in here. So when you get this bottle, there's a specific Ryobi bottle as well, but they all look the same in this first manner. And on here it says full, that's 1 liter of fuel, and then on here it gives you your ratios. Now this guy is a 40:1 ratio, so you're going to put 1 liter of fuel and then fill up with this oil up until you get to the 40, and then you're sorted. You mix it a little bit, throw it in, and you're ready to go. Alright, so now we add our 2-stroke oil to the mix. As you can see here, it's full. It's don't have to be surgical, more or less. Once you get it there, and you fill it up to the 40 ml line. Slowly does it. There we go. Right, so all that's left to do, fill this guy up with some petrol, and then take it outside and give it a swing. Let's see how it goes. Right folks, so first thing you need to do is to make sure that your strap is adjusted to your leg. The entire weight of the weed eater needs to hang off your shoulder, across looped like that, and then you can get ready to start. So instruction manual will tell you within the first couple of hours you don't fully run the thing on full power. You need to have everything run in first. And then my own little handy tip, I'm going to mow the lawn, and then when I'm done, what I normally do is, when I've finished, I throw all the fuel back into the fuel tank that I've got, and then I start the weed eater again, and then I run it dry. That way there's no fuel in the pipes, because those little pipes down there, over a couple of years they start to deteriorate if you keep the fuel inside them. So I let it run completely dry so that there's no fuel inside the system after I finish it, because you never know when you're going to mow the lawn again. Maybe it's going to be a month, 2 months, and you don't want that fuel becoming stale inside there. Put it in a container that can properly seal. But yeah, without further ado, let's start this guy up. Okay, so first up, you want to engage the choke, which is in the up position. Then you pump the fuel bulb 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if there's any fuel in there. Yes, so that's all it needs. Then you make sure that this run stop button is on a run, and then you can swing it. Okay, you can hold the fuel in. I don't like doing that. I'd rather just pull it, see what it does. Okay, one more time, let me kill the choke. One more time. There we go. Switch it off. Press and hold the run stop, and that'll kill the engine. Now let's cut some grass and see how it does. Right, so first thing I've noticed is that very thick knob does play a role. This buffalo grass that's seeping through here, stool's very low, which means that I have to turn the weed eater at a slight angle to chop it. But I must say, compared to my old weed eater, this 30cc is quite powerful. I don't need to rev it up almost virtually at all. It's comfortably cutting this buffalo grass, which is pretty cool. I've got some quick in the back, and I think this is going to make mincemeat of that. It'll go quick. I have noticed that this line that's on here does take some punishment, so I'll probably replace that sooner rather than later. Maybe after I've mowed the lawn now, then I'll put on another line. But yeah, that's basically that. So thank you for tuning into my garage, and hope to see you again in the future with a new unboxing.